Hi, I'm Steven. Welcome to CT Films. Today we're going to be reviewing the Game Boy Micro. Slick, simple, and easy. Right, let's get on with the specs. Now, if you look at it, it's got buttons that you normally get from Game Boy Advance SP, which is kind of nice, as you can see. And it's got a nice little slot to put in your Game Boy Advance games, like these ones. And if you look at it, look, really simple, really easy to fit in. That's kind of nice. Right, another thing is it has a headphone jack, as you can see, so you can play headphones. And the volume button is not like a scroller sort of thing, it's like did 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 did, that sort of thing. And the switch on button is here, so you can switch it on. It's got LED lights, which I'll talk about in a minute, and you can change the light settings to brightness, which I will do by holding L and using the volume button. So it's up to its brightness and to its low brightness. Now the brightness will cut down most of your battery, which will be annoying at some point. But yeah, another thing about the battery is the jack. Now the jack, you cannot use the DS Lite jacker, it's useless. So you have to get its proper jack to charge it with, which is a bit different. So that's another thing. The battery, really slim, awesome. Now the LEDs. Now when the LEDs turn blue, it indicates power. Now when it turns red, it means it's low on battery. Like a couple of seconds left of battery. Now we'll move on to this feature. Now if you use like a DS stylus or something like I'm using, now when you poke these holes, it ejects a bit of something, and this is when you can actually replace face plates onto this. Oh, hello. Dropped it. That's not good. Right, so you got like the face plate, and you can place it back in and change the style of the Game Boy, which is kind of nice. And I'm doing it wrong. Come on, Steven, you should be knowing this by now. Right, there we go. So nice. And plus it's got a little like thing to put stylish stuff like this, which is kind of nice. Now we'll move on to the size, the comparisons of size. So I've got a Nintendo DS here and the Game Boy Micro. Now if you look at the two comparisons, if I can see on my screen. Now look at the two comparisons. Now we double the size of the DS, and if we look at the comparison sizes, yep, kinda nice. So you got the two comparison sizes of the Game Boy Micro and the Nintendo DS Lite. So that's another thing, right? Now we'll move on to the next thing, which is the speakers. Now the speakers, it's got 3 holes, which is not really good speakers, but hey, you've got a headphone jack, so you can always listen. Good sound quality. Now we'll move on to quality. Now the quality, it'll be the same as you normally get from Game Boy Advance SP, but I'm going to show you some quick stuff from like this movie. If we quickly get the loading time to work properly. There we go. So you can see the quality on that. SpongeBob. So if you look at it, if I turn it's on its lowest brightness, so yeah. So you look at the quality on that. Oh, let's get to SpongeBob. Oh, I know. Yeah, so good quality there. Right, let's move on to a game. Now let's try an RPG element game. Let's say Pokemon. Now you can't see the quality on this, but it's really good quality if you look. And the screen is really tiny, so in case you're not really good with eyesight, do not get this. But if you look at the quality, well, you can't tell because of the camera. And it's on its lowest setting, look, lowest bright setting, which is kind of not bad. So you can't really get to see that. Well, you can see it from here, but yeah, not bad quality. So if you got like, let's have a look, Pokemon wise. Well, the way I'm looking at it, it's really good quality. So you got Blastoise, which I'm currently training. So yeah, that's kind of nice. Now we'll move on to another cool 2D platformer, which I got at the moment. So I chose WarioWare, not Wario, Wario World, Wario Land 4, sorry. So let's get into something quickly. Now that's just not bad quality. Oh yeah, if I turn it a bit like that, then you can see it a bit. So the buttons are quite nice, because the buttons like this are not really. It's really smooth, these buttons are, because you get to woohoo, like wah. Because when I played the Pokemon game, doing running and all that, it's quite easy, like an analog stick but in a D-pad sort of thing. And also these are quite nice to button bash on, like, you know, like Street Fighter and all that, which is, this is kind of nice, this is. So yeah, enough about that. So this is quite a nice system, this is. The Game Boy Micro. So you got your specs on this. The screen quality is kind of nice, buttons nice. Overall, this is kind of nice, because if you look at how much stuff that you can put in there, look. So imagine that, so much technology these days. If you think about it from the really old Game Boy, yeah, this is just the best Game Boy. But the problem is, I wonder if I can quickly show you. And I got this here. Now if you look at one of these beauties, like the original Game Boy games, cannot fit in, look. No, cannot fit in. So it's the same module that you normally get from the previous DS. So yes, nice. This is really a nice thing, but only for Game Boy Advance users, not Game Boys, because will not work really well. So yes, really nice product. I'm gonna give this software, product, hardware sort of thing, specs. I'm gonna give this hardware 4 out of 5 S's. 4 out of 5 S's. Because the reason why the downer is because you can't play the original Game Boy games, which is kind of a damn. Because if it adds, you know, backups compatibility and play these sort of games, it would be a really good standard Game Boy. But yeah, so this is just a great item. Yeah, that's another review on the specs. So we'll see what other specs I'll do. Yeah, see ya from Stevie Films. Yeah.